Okay, so this windy Sunday afternoon, the little project. So I did the handlebars on the GS. Go and check that video out. Oh, what a difference. Anyway, today, well, this afternoon, the little project is starting the seat on Mediocre. My Gsxr 1000 project. 1000 with a capital F. Because it's fast, 1000, fast. I'll stop being a dickhead now. So, all I've done so far is protected the cowl. Also put this card on it to bring the fiberglass away from the cowl. I don't want it right on the cowl, or else I'll have no room to put the material around the fiberglass. By the way, I'm fiberglassing it. Just to let you know. Card to take up. There you go. It's wedged up there to bring this up, front edge up, and again it will sit quite nicely in there. So now I'm going to cling film all that. Already got the, that's the not so easy one-handed. That's the bracket that will be bolted to the fiberglass when it's set. So I wanted that in place, and then I'm gonna what am I going to do? Cling film up to about here. This is where the old seat came to, and this is where I'm projecting the new seat will come to. Again, old seat, new seat, so it will be flatter, so not much of a, you can see how fat that is. That's the old seat. The new one will be about half that, not quite half that. So now, for all the videos I've watched, oh, YouTube's such a bad thing for telling you things you shouldn't really attempt. Anyway, for all the videos I've seen, people cling film it all. I've got mould release to wipe over it. It's like a waxy compound, so the fiberglass doesn't actually stick to the cling film, so you can just peel it off when it's set. But first of all, I've got to protect all this, then cling film all that. But that's where I'm at the moment. So as I say, I'm going to cling film all that and then check what supplies I've got, because I think my fiberglassing kit and everything is so old it's probably out of date. Got a new set coming, but that won't be here till probably middle of the week. But yes, the start of the seat, making my own seat. This has been donated by the rear seat off of my Gsxr. I had the cowl on the Gsxr. The guy did ask for this, whether I had this and the handrail, and I have, but I didn't want to give it up. I don't know why. I just didn't, and I'm glad I've kept it, because this is a gel seat, so I'm hoping to utilise that along with some foam and then vinyl for the top of the seat. So I've got most of the bits that I need. As I say, I'm not sure whether my fiberglass is out of date, but very handy to have the gel seat. That whole thing is gel. Nice. And at that thickness, I mean, that is very close to being that. So I did actually try it, for those that are asking, because it's got a similar setup on the back where you hook it in, but they're too far apart and the seat itself is too long. So I did try that for all those that were wondering, because then I'd just have to bastardise that. Look, I'm a master of bastardisation. Anyway, I'll check what supplies I've got and then probably get on with covering all this up so I don't make too much of a mess of it. So I don't make too much more of a mess of it. That's the crucial statement there. Okay, new day with new bits to do. Started this the other day, covered the cowl up, keep the rubbish off of that, and levelled that off like that. We can ignore that, that's a private joke. Private joke, let's get rid of that. Yeah, to level it off, and then I was going to cling film it and start doing the glass fibre. But I've decided that although the glass fibre will be super strong, not super slippy, super strong, I don't want a chance breaking it. It'll be supported here because this is the actual, it's that, let's get rid of that tape. It's that bit. That, see that bit there is that bit. It's not actually that bit because that bit's on that seat. That bit is off that seat, my old booster passenger seat. But this will be bolted to the fiberglass seat pan. So the seat pan will be supported there, and then I'm going to mould it onto these bits because I won't have lugs coming off it to locate it, so it will just sit down onto those to stop it moving, and then it will be sculpted up at the back. I sound so proficient. Anyway, it left this big expanse exactly where my arse is going to go, and although the fiberglass is going to be very strong, apparently it can be a little bit prone to cracking and then going on to snapping. I don't want that, so I'm going to put that across there, which will rest on the top edge of the subframe bars, and obviously support the fiberglass through the middle. So it'll be supported there and either side there, and obviously it'll touch on the edge as well, so round the edges it'll be completely supported, but here's this middle section where the mass my mass will be sat. So yes, I'm going to cut that down. Okay, so that's painted. It's only black hammerite. Just give it a tough going over. So I've got to wait for all that to dry before I can carry on and start shaping the base here, and then cling filming it ready for fiberglassing. So I'll leave that overnight, and tomorrow I'll get on with a bit of cling filming. So it's taken a bit of time, but I think I'm somewhere close. Protected all the tank that's going to be affected, covered all the back end to stop the resin dropping on that, and shaped this as best I could. But that's it. I've got the bar through the middle there. Unfortunately the electrics sit up a bit, but I'll be able to shape this with the foam that's going over it, probably. Oh dear, this definitely isn't a tutorial. If anything, it's turning into how not to do it. But that's the bars taped in place both from underneath and on top to make sure that the fiberglass molds to where it is, and then that will be bolted to the fiberglass. the seat locking mechanism is in place, so that will just be drilled through and again into the fiberglass and bolted on. So it all just wants mould release wax put over it and then start fiberglassing. So this is mould release wax, which is expensive, and I'm hoping that it still works, because I bought this when I did my Gsxr 600, and that was a lot of years ago. It's still quite nice and pliable, so yes, hopefully it will work. Just absolutely cover everything. I mean, if the fiberglass stuck to all the cling film and everything, it's not the end of the world. You're just spending a fair bit of time pulling it all off again. Right, hopefully that's enough. Okay, so I bought 2 of these kits. So you got the actual resin, hardener to go with it, measuring cups, stirrer, syringe to measure your hardener, that's my mask, and obviously the fiberglass matting. I'm going to cut that into small shapes, and they supply you with a little brush as well. But I've got a bigger brush, which I'll be using, and I've also got a roller from when I did fiberglassing before. And I'm telling you now, the fiberglassing I did before, if I remember, I'll put some pictures in. It was rock hard, and I don't think there was any air bubbles or anything in it, but it was a disaster. So that's my kit. Get on and mix it up, I suppose. No, get on and cut the matting. I will be wearing the mask. It's not the ideal mask, but I have invested in this, which vents outside, and this is a 12-inch extractor fan, which proper sucks the air through. Does a lot of litres per minute. Main door's open to get a through draft as well, so combination of both. I hope I don't die from the fumes. So what are we using? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I did say I was going to cut the matting up. That's the only trouble with the fan, that's the electrics for it. Right in the way. So this is what you get. I think it's about a metre square or something. As I say, I'll cut that up into manageable pieces. And again, I've had mixed videos on YouTube. It seems the majority cut it into workable pieces. There are a few people that just lay the whole mat down and resin over the top of it and do sort of 3 layers like that, just complete mats. But people were saying you cut it up and then you've got it sort of intermingled with each other, it ties in better, it's stronger. And with the size of my arse and my workmanship as well, stronger's got to be better, as long as I don't make it too brittle. and that was the idea behind the strengthening bar through the middle of the seat, because I really didn't want it cracking or breaking the fiberglass. Yes, I don't mind saying I'm very nervous about this. Looking at it, the kits didn't look big enough, and when I got the kit and looked at the matting and that, it's like, oh, I don't know whether that's enough, and I didn't want to get halfway through it and find I needed to order a load more gear, so that's why I ordered 2 lots. So that's the matting all cut up. Put that close so I can get hold of it. Right, so we recommend a mix of 2% for normal conditions. If the ambient temperature is very high, I don't know what it is, it's got to be 15 to 20 degrees in here. Consider reducing this to 1 or 1.5, which will increase the pot life of resin. Right, so that's per 100 millilitres. So what should I go for? 1.5? For 100 ml. Anyway, right, so I'm going to put my mask on, so that'll be me going quiet, and also putting the fan on, which will mean very noisy background noise, but I'll keep you running for a little while anyway. Well, you can certainly feel the heat coming off of it, so there's a reaction of salts going on. Looks a bit messy, might use the wrong grade matting or something, but I don't know how many layers I've put on there, but I'll call it quits there, let it set, see what it comes out like. If it needs a bit more, I'll give it a bit more, and if it needs chucking away, I'll chuck it away, because I've always got a stock seat to keep me going. Yeah, I'll leave that about, I don't know, 24 hours, something like that. Probably longer than that, time I get home from work tomorrow, and I'll have a look at it, see how it is. A few lumps and bumps in it, but that was to be expected. But yes, my second attempt at fiberglassing, and it looks as good as the first attempt at fiberglassing. Anyway, till the next one, ta-ra.